everyone listening. We're here to talk about Superman and his legacy today. My name's Katie. I'll be your moderator today. Somebody else say their name.
My name's John.
Michael.
Your favorite Swede, Isak.
And I'm Landon.
Okay, so our first topic today is just something to get us started, get the topic rolling. What is everyone's favorite Superman moment?
Am I an outcast if I say it's when he snaps Zod's neck?
Beat me by 1 second.
And the podcast is starting on a rather controversial note.
Tell that to Zod snap neck.
Oh no, not that. Ugh. Poor Chris Duckman.
I'd say the fight scene in Man of Steel.
I would say the speech he has to the leader of the elitist in the Superman versus the Elite at the end when he talks to him. I think that's my favorite one. Might be an odd one, but
yeah.
Sorry, Michael.
His fight with Darkseid at the end of Justice League Unlimited.
Oh yeah, I like that one. I remember that.
Is that the one with the World of Carbon speech?
Isn't
Yep.
that the one? Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's the first time he went full power throughout all those shows. So pretty cool.
Very nice. Yeah, so the reason I said that about the moment with the Zod is, and I realize that Man of Steel is an extremely controversial movie for that reason, but I think it adds gravity and weight to the situation, and the fact that this is not the same Clark Kent and Superman from the comics. He's different. He lives in a different world, and the morals, the rules of that world are different, and obviously he's put in the situation where he has to either take action and kill Zod to save people, or he can let Zod kill people, and then he has to live with that. And I don't really get why people can't look past incarnations of the character and see that distinction.
Right.
Him killing Zod is the least controversial part about that movie.
I agree.
And I think we've seen.
Go on, Katie.
I think we've seen everything kind of modernize itself as we get further and further into technology, and so characters have to change, obviously, to stick with topics that today's kids and today's teenagers can relate to, like Superman did when he was first created.
Yeah, wasn't he a villain at first? In as a first appearance, or am I just remembering it wrong?
No, I think right. I think I would have to look, but I'm pretty sure he was originally introduced as a man, and they retconned it a few issues later.
Okay, I don't know why I remember it like that. Oh well.
If I'm wrong, I'm sure someone in the YouTube comments will be.
Well, at least I said I wasn't sure.
Paul is gonna yell at us when this is over.
He's totally gonna yell. We love you, Paul.
We do. I'm kidding, Paul.
Oh,
No,
no.
he's not.
He's totally not.
Wow.
Okay, so does anyone have a favorite Superman storyline?
I mean, Man of Steel. They like put Superman in the real world and treated him as kind of like this alien that would exist in our world, supposed to, I don't know, just being, what would you say, like, it's just like, it feels realistic.
I have to say Man of Steel 2, actually, for the same reason.
But yeah, I like how they put him in the real world, treated him as an alien in our world, and how we would react to someone like that in our world. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. No, mine has to be Smallville. I know a lot of people haven't seen it, and it's more one of the older shows. But I'm really more into like the background of a character, and so getting to see Superman grow up and go through high school and everything, like that was cool to me. And Tom Welling, just hot, just really hot.
No comment. Mine would be All-Star Superman. It's a comic series by Grant Morrison. In that story, Superman has 1 year left to live, and he decides to make it the best year of his life. Not going to spoil it. Check it out.
There is, isn't there an animated movie? Yeah, it is. Sorry.
So you're saying it's
Check
like
out our
the
review
bucket
on
list?
it on WOBAM Entertainment.com. Plug.
So are you saying it's like the bucket list?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Is Morgan Freeman in it though? I mean, that's going to be the deal breaker.
Actually, just watched that movie Sunday.
So, thinking here, I don't know that I actually have a favorite storyline with Superman. Most of my favorites are just moments, and one of my favorite moments is from Kingdom Come, where it shows Clark as sort of a recluse who's gone back to the Fortress of Solitude, and he's constructed this holographic farm, and it's a slightly grittier take on the character, but one that you can empathize with. You can empathize with the hero who's kind of done being the hero, and he has to suit up again.
Yeah, I like those stories. Those have always been cool ones where you see the hero retire and then you realize you can never retire.
Superman stories are always at their best when it's focusing on him being human and less on his powers.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That's why Man of Steel's great.
Okay. So, what do we want to see more of? Like, do we want
Less
to
buildings falling and more character development.
see
More obscure, characters that hasn't been introduced to the live action medium, like for example the Elite. It don't take the safe route like in. Yes, Lex Luthor was an obvious choice for Batman v Superman, but please give us Parasite, the Elite. I don't know. I think you get what I mean with this.
You want a movie where Superman fights Mxyzptlk?
Okay, not going that far. Plus, he's already been in a Superman live action show.
I would settle for Brainiac.
the Brainiac in the Krypton show on Sci-Fi? That artistry is so well done. I know a lot of people haven't seen it, but highly you should go check it out. At least the pilot. The pilot was cool. I liked the pilot.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, around to that one.
We probably won't get the pilot until late this year here in Sweden. So, hate distribution rules sometimes.
Ew.
The thing I want to see more of, honestly, is Lois Lane. I'm kind of notorious with WOBAM readers for loving Lois Lane so much, but oh my goodness, Lois Lane makes Superman stories. You don't have a good Superman story without Lois Lane.
Yeah, I would agree.
He's not wrong.
I just don't like when they go the soapy route like they did with Superman Returns. But otherwise, I agree.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
They just need to make sure they do Lois well because she easily could just become annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And that's also why I find the Amy Adams version to be my favorite. I just think that she's the more competent version that has ever been done of the character.
And she's easy on the eyes, too.
Fact.
No comment.
Oh my.
Well, you're saying Tom Welling's hot, so it's only fair.
Well, I feel like I had to do it because Michael said no comment. So
Full circle.
I'm trying to think.
Bring the shorts back. That's what I want to see more of. Bring the shorts back.
The underwear on top of the pants. I never understood that method. Doesn't look cute.
There's a reason for it from the 1940s. But yeah, it makes no sense now.
Is there anything we want to see less of? We've talked about more of.
Ooh, I know. I know.
Okay. Go, John. Go, John. You got this.
Less of the literally alien-looking Justice League Superman.
So you're saying you would have rather seen him with a mustache?
Hang out.
That's an amazing mustache in Mission Impossible, though, so I could see why they kept it.
I personally would have kept the mustache. I would have refilmed all of his scenes with the mustache. I don't know if you guys ever watch Should Have Ended, but they just released their Justice League How It Should Have Ended a few days ago, and it'll be exactly. But they just released it, and man has a full beard through the whole thing.
Yeah, why? Sorry, I'm losing the words here. But yeah, why didn't he has a beard? Especially since it's the return of Superman, and look at the comics, he has a beard there. So you could have that as an excuse for some whatever that Justice League just pisses me off. I'm sorry, but that movie does.
Bleep.
Ironically, Cavill had a beard and mustache going in Man of Steel, and it looked awesome. So they should just
that
kept
too.
Yep.
It's not like it's out of canon.
Yeah, I mean, what? He doesn't grow facial hair while dead? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Then we could have had him shaving in the mirror with his heat vision, just like the animated series in the comics. Would have made the movie 10 times better.
Oh my gosh.
And isn't it easier to add hair than remove hair too?
Yes, it is. Sorry, I've done it.
Somebody said something about the hair growth. it really is more in line with science for him to have a beard, being because your hair and nails continue to grow after you die.
Interesting.
It's just one of those facts that I know.
I think that was on one of my standardized exams.
But yeah, I want to see an actual looking human rather than that horrifying looking thing in Justice League.
Out of curiosity, how many of us here thought Justice League was good?
What's your definition of good?
Crickets.
4 stars or higher.
I mean, 4 stars or higher. I was at like a 3.5. I liked seeing the characters come to life and all unite together. That was just me being probably more on the nostalgic side than anything. So I've seen it 3 times, and it hasn't gone down yet. But who knows? It could go down in the future.
I've seen it once, and it's gone down significantly just thinking more about it. So,
Watching it is like being a child on Christmas, but while being kicked in the stomach. Look at that like you want.
yeah.
That's a very accurate description. There's a lot of things of it that just aren't great. But there's things of it that are. And so, I don't know. It'll always be an enigma, I guess.
I give it this, though. It's a better Frankenstein monster than Suicide Squad.
True.
Nice.
The Flash and Steppenwolf kind of kill it for me, honestly.
The Flash?
Everyone else is okay.
What was wrong? Well, no. We're not here to talk about Flash. We're here to talk about Superman.
You gotta tell me later why. He was one of the best parts about it.
I wonder too, what's wrong with Flash?
We'll save that for another episode.
Okay, good.
I agree. Steppenwolf was trash. I agree with there. But moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
Just one more thing. If
Okay.
instead of parademons killing Steppenwolf, what if he goes back to Darkseid defeated and Darkseid kills Steppenwolf? That's already a better ending.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a plug for a future movie.
Yeah.
Wasn't that rumored to be in the Snyder cut, so to speak? Darkseid killing Steppenwolf.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Would have made sense. I don't know.
I guess Josh Whedon was too big of a fan of Lion King.
Okay. Moving on. Is there anything else we want to see less of other than a creepy face looking Superman?
Less Joss Whedon writing creepiness.
Yes.
Yes.
Amen.
I don't want jokes about how thirsty Lois Lane is, and I don't want jokes about the Flash. Like, I don't know. What was that scene where he falls on Wonder Woman? I don't get it.
Right.
I don't get it. It was
5 months later, and I still can't believe he made Lois Lane is thirsty an actual joke.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
And I guess it's just a gag he finds funny since it's a rerun from Avengers Age of Ultron, if you recall. That boob gag, I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
What did you say, Katie?
We're not here to talk about Marvel or anything. Stay on
No.
top.
I know. I was just referencing that since they used the same gag in there. That's all.
Okay.
Less of Lex Luthor. Just period. They use him way too much.
I know I didn't get the plug. Like I like the post credit scene in Justice League. I didn't get that. Like I didn't understand. It had no purpose other than
Yeah.
showing Deathstroke.
He's one
It's
that baseball movie that had Tom Hanks and Gina Davis in it.
Ninja Turtle.
Once again, beat me by 1 second.
Katie, you know Legion of Doom?
Yes.
It was after credit scene preparing for that.
Well, I got that, but it still made no sense in terms of the movie. Like,
Oh,
Who cares?
yeah,
Deathstroke's here.
I didn't. I don't. Whatever.
Yeah, it just kind of came out of nowhere. Just like,
How did he get out of prison? How did he get back on a ship? When did he buy a suit? When did he meet Deathstroke? Yeah, it was all over the place.
yeah.
Apparently, that's something that was supposed to be in the original cut as well. So I heard, at least.
Release the Snyder Cut.
Great. Thanks, John. Thanks. Somebody had to say it.
So, well, at least can't be
Surprised it
worse
went
than.
this long.
So at least it can't be worse than the thing we got now. I mean,
True.
Debatable.
No, it's not.
no, it's not. It's really not.
I mean, I hate to opinionate too much because I realize that the filmmaking process, you lose things, you gain things. But just based on the things I have heard, it sounded a whole lot like the original film that Snyder intended to make would have probably been more on the side of what BVS was, but at the same time, it would have been competent. The studio wanted something more fun, so they brought in Joss Whedon, and what we got was something that wasn't very competent at all.
And if they and to all and if they wanted more fun, they should have kicked Zack from the beginning, not in the middle of shooting. That's the most questionable part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But on the same hand, like, you've already got these movies. You've got to start wrapping it up somehow. I would have just let Zack make his movie, fun or not, and then go on from there. Because Wonder Woman gave a great foundation for him to make these films fun.
Yeah.
They could have built to fun from Man of Steel. You can't really get to fun from BVS. That movie ended on such a sad and depressing note. It's kind of hard to do a complete 180 there in the next movie.
Yeah, I agree.
And it showed. It showed immensely. Oh.
And remember the dirt rising from the his grave at the end of that movie?
Yeah, nothing was made in that connection. Like,
No.
Remember when the Flash showed up in that movie?
Remember when they actually moved Superman's grave to a different cemetery?
you made that connection? I didn't even realize that.
No, like in Justice League, it's a completely different cemetery than the one that he's buried at in BVS. And technically he's buried in 2 in BVS, and it's neither of those. Go back and watch it and you'll see it. So
Continuity.
the grave.
If we're going with continuity, why is his suit 3 shades lighter and doesn't have a hole in the chest?
Retweet.
Well, there is that deleted scene that we see him walking the ship and all that. So he could have found one there.
But wherever they filmed the graveyard and stuff,
I love them deleted scenes.
Yeah.
Okay, focus. Landon's trying to talk.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Yes, man.
The cemetery, the graveyard in Justice League, where Flash and Cyborg dig up Superman. It's a completely different one from the end of BVS where he's actually buried. And it's not even the same military one where he's fake buried. So I don't know what was going on. I don't know if they didn't have access to the same location, but they didn't fool me.
They spent too much money on trying to digitally remove his mustache.
Hey, we've already moved past that. Stop it.
Well,
I guess they made Fox proud. Continuity, smocontinuity.
my man.
This
And
turned into a Justice League podcast real fast.
Oh no. So where do we go from here, Superman wise, in the movie?
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Easy answer is Man of Steel 2.
This Man of Steel Superman, not Justice League Superman.
Okay. So what's the hard answer? You said easy answer, so I'm looking for the hard answer now.
A Lois Lane solo movie.
If we're going for a hard answer, that would be a Crypto spinoff movie.
No.
No.
Wait,
No.
I'm confused. A crypto spin-off movie? What? Oh, the dog.
Crypto versus Bat Hound.
Make that an animated, not live action.
No, I mean, if they were going to do it, I'd want a live action one, but that would just be bonkers.
True. But I say do something new with the character. Get not the usual Lex Luthor, Zod. Give us something that hasn't been touched upon in a sequel. That's really the only thing I have as a want going from here, to be quite honest.
I'm with you there.
I started to say that's very much why I would love to see a Lois Lane film, because I like the idea of exploring Superman from the other side. Like, what is it like to go to your 9 to 5 and come home and have to be the superhero's hero? Like, what is that dynamic like? We've never really seen it explored in the films, and I think it would be awesome to have in a film where you've got Lois maybe doing some type of investigation, and in the end, Supes has to help her defeat the bad guy in the end.
Where it's all filmed by Jimmy.
Jimmy got a bullet in his head, so that's not going to happen, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Wasn't Jimmy Olsen just a code name? I'm pretty sure that was the case.
You could always bring in like a multiverse Jimmy. I don't know. Anything's possible.
Jimmy from Earth 3. Got it.
Makes about as much sense as anything in these films.
Give us the multiverse Supermans while we're at it.
I just want a movie where it's a normal Superman movie. The first one was an origin story. The second one, he fought Batman for no reason. And the third one was Justice League. So a proper Man of Steel sequel would be nice.
Yeah.
I want a movie where everybody's raising eyebrows about how, wait, we were told this guy was dead, and Perry White's like, trying to cover for.
He just went on sabbatical. It's fine. Had amnesia.
What?
Had amnesia.
He just, was on sabbatical like Barry Allen was for 6 months.
You could have him go the blogger route like he did in a comic book after he died. Didn't you guys know about that?
No.
There is a storyline, I can't remember which one, but when Clark goes as an independent blogger because name escapes me right now. But that could be a way to introduce him as a reporter, even though he's come back after the dead.
Okay. Interesting.
That could be interesting, yeah. It would allow him to stay a reporter and kind of conceal whatever happened. Still creates a few errors because, like, okay, let's just say he had a social security number. You know, how is he going to pay his bills? How is he going to do anything that you would do normal?
He's friends with Batman. He can buy him an identity.
It's a movie. It'll just all work out.
He's got a bat card after all.
How does he apply for a marriage license? You know, all of these questions.
Again, his solution is Batman. He can buy him one.
Landon, we're talking about a guy who shoots lasers from his eyes. It ain't that deep.
Exactly. It's a movie. It'll all just work out.
I'm sorry. I'm the guy who thinks through these things because you know what my favorite franchise is?
No,
What?
I don't.
Yes.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
One of you is correct.
This.
And none of it has to do with Superman.
Yes.
Landon.
Yes.
What? Just go ahead and say it. That way everyone who's listening knows.
The answer is Mist, yes. Mist is my favorite franchise, so
Told you.
I like to think through these things.
So you're the guy in the movie theater who's like, wait, that gun is only supposed to have 6 bullets. How do you just shoot 9?
Yes. Yes.
You count the bullets like Deadpool. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I don't usually count it while I'm watching it. I usually kind of do that after I finish a film, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, wait a minute, that didn't make sense.
Okay. So, what do we all think Superman and his legacy means?
Let Michael. When don't you start from here?
Okay. Superman's been around for 80 years now, and each version, they always stay true to the character in some way. He's always this guy who's just doing his best to take care of the people he cares about, or doing the right thing. And so his legacy is always going to inspire people, no matter what version you're watching, and stuff like that.
Okay, so John, your turn.
Yeah, I like the Superman that is kind of feels like he's existing in our world. I feel like I understand where some people didn't like the more realistic one, where he kind of exists in our world, like Man of Steel. But ultimately, I agree with Michael that I don't like really the evil Superman kind of stuff. I'm not really into that.
So you want a mix of sort of old school Superman, but with a modern twist to it.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
It's basically the version we get in Justice League Unlimited, so that's probably why he's most people's favorite version.
I haven't seen that.
Get on it.
Okay.
Who's next? Landon?
So I know we said no comparisons to Marvel. Superman is, in many respects, DC He's a inspiring figure who the whole nation and the world can look up to and say, yes, that's a hero who inspires us. And I know a lot of people also use the example of, they'll say that Superman is a Jesus-like figure, but really he's more of a Moses-like figure. He's the person who inspires and points towards greatness. So the Superman I want to see more of is that Superman who inspires, who the nation and people can look up to for greatness and inspiration. A guy who is selfless and heroic. He saves people, but he's also flawed. He's more man than he is alien, and he loves, he lives, and ultimately, whenever he does die, he does so sacrificially and for others. And that's the Superman character I want to see more of. I don't want to see grimdark Superman or broody Superman. I want to see the flawed man who does what's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know I can't follow that up. Isaac, you want to try?
Are we on the what we go from here or legacy now?
Legacy.
Oh, yeah. I don't really know what to follow up either. I be honest, Kate, because both you and Michael, Landon, you nail it right on the head.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, but I couldn't.
It's like it's a good reason why a character like he keep on going for like 80 years, and probably will be around for forever.
Yeah. I don't know what to say after Landon's amazing spiel. Yeah. So
sorry.
Yeah, you can cut out my part if you want. Too many ums and uhs.
Hey, going off what Landon was saying, though, you can have a more human version of the character without making him this sort of dark, depressing version they tried to go with a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of misses the point of Superman. He is closer to Captain America, and the fact that he's trying to do his best, but he's still human.
Yeah.
If he ends up being Batman, essentially, that's when things start to go wrong.
The Captain America model for the Marvel Cinematic Universe is a very good model for what I'm talking about. So every version of Captain America in that franchise is a flawed man who's just doing his job. He's just trying to save people and do what's right. And I think that Superman is very much a character who that style of characterization would lend himself to.
Yeah, Captain America or Wonder Woman.
So, does anyone have anything else to say?
We can't let this podcast end without me saying Christopher Reeves is underrated.
How so?
He's just the GOAT. Dropping the mic there. Talk to y'all later.
Okay.
Just kidding. I'm still here.
Is this the part where I should mention that I've never seen Superman the movie for reasons?
Go on, do so.
Same here.
Okay, so I've still actually never seen it because when I was growing up, my mother used to think that the reason Reeves had his accident is because the portrayal of Superman in that movie is more of a godlike figure. And I mean, I realized she wasn't the only person who ever thought that. There's a lot of people who did. And so growing up, I wasn't allowed to see it, and I just haven't gotten around to seeing it as an adult. Love you, Mama. Listening.
I know. Hi, Mom. She's going to listen to this too.
I think it has one quirk or whatever about like some type of media, and that was my mind.
You know, we were talking about Superman, and Landon just said quirk, and my mind immediately went to All Might. So that's something. No one else is going to get that joke.
Hey!
Wait.
Paul will.
No, you won't.
Paul won't.
It's a weeb thing.
Oh.
Yeah,
Thanks a
definitely.
lot, Michael. Thanks a lot.
Weebs. Shake my head.
Okay, well, on that note, we would like to all say happy birthday to Superman. And we'll see you next time!
You've been listening to WOBAM Entertainment's Legacy of the Superman podcast. If you like what you heard, please subscribe and visit us on our website at wobamentertainment.com. We're also on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at WOBAMENT. We also have a giveaway running right now for one copy of Superman American Alien. You can find the links to that in the description below. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time. This podcast is copyright 2018, WOBAM Entertainment.